Sawadee-ka, it's Natty from the Thaiger, and you're watching Thailand Top Stories, today's major news in Thailand and around the region. Stay tuned for a quick update on the COVID-19 situation here in Thailand, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're starting off November with some fantastic news for people who are thinking of traveling to Thailand. Thailand is now admitting visitors from 17 additional countries and territories without quarantine if they have been fully vaccinated and have evidence of pre-flight negative COVID-19 test results. To clarify, it's not quite quarantine-free. You do need to stay at a SHA or ASQ hotel for at least one night or until your negative PCR test comes back. The changes, issued over the weekend, increases the number of countries and territories allowed into the kingdom from 46 to 63, starting from today, the magic November 1st. Some of these 17 additional countries announced by the Foreign Ministry are India, Taiwan, Laos, Myanmar, the Philippines, Croatia, Indonesia, Kuwait, Maldives, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. Here is a quick summary to answer some of the questions you may have in regards to entering the kingdom using Thailand Pass. Starting from today, all travelers arriving in Thailand by air are required to register with Thailand Pass in order to enter Thailand. And it is required that applicants submit their Thailand Pass registration at least 7 days prior to their intended travel date. The three schemes that are available for you to apply to are the exemption from quarantine scheme, which means you can travel to any destinations in Thailand once the RT-PCR test upon arrival is negative. Second of all, the Sandbox Program Scheme, which is the program where you can travel freely in the sandbox area for the duration of 7 days once the RT-PCR test upon arrival is negative. Once you have completed your 7-day mandatory stay within the sandbox area, you can then travel freely to other parts of Thailand. And lastly, the Alternative Quarantine Scheme, which they earlier labeled it as Happy Quarantine. For that, you'll need to undergo your 10-day mandatory quarantine at an ASQ hotel or accommodation. Once you have completed your quarantine, you can travel to any destination in Thailand. For the full breakdown on how to register the Thailand Pass and other details pertaining to entering the country, please visit thetiger.com. Continuing with the reopening of the country today, this next piece is for all of you who are currently residing in Bangkok and enjoy a few drinks with your meal. The Bangkok Communicable Disease Committee is now allowing alcoholic beverages to be sold in restaurants that have been certified with the SHA Plus standards. Although entertainment venues, pubs, bars, karaoke, and massage parlors are not yet included in this amendment. According to the announcement, measures in Bangkok will be further relaxed to allow more venues to resume their business operations with service hours extended to 9 p.m. On the flip side, Chonburi, where Pattaya is located, is still banning sales of alcoholic beverages at restaurants. However, convenience stores, markets, and supermarkets in Chonburi are allowed to open 24 hours. Bangkok, Krabi, Phang Nga, and Phuket are fully up and running as of today. On top of that, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also downsizing the number of dark red zones to further accommodate the government's plan to reopen the country. The ministry deputy spokesperson made a statement saying that the number of provinces categorized as dark red or the strict and maximum control zones will be scaled down to only 7 provinces. They include Chanthaburi, Tak, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Narathiwat, Pattani, Yala, and Songkhla. Regionally, in Myanmar, the junta is accusing anti-coup fighters of razing a restive western town where a Save the Children office was located, as the region sees increasing conflict between military and dissidents. On Friday, local media and witnesses reported that junta troops had shelled the town of Tan Lang in western Shin State after a confrontation with a local self-defense force. Locals said a fire then engulfed the town of some 7,500 residents, destroying dozens of homes and structures, and the London-based charity confirmed in a statement that a Save the Children's office was among the destroyed structures. In Japan, PM Fumio Kishida is promising to issue a fresh stimulus package worth tens of trillions of yen to counter the impact of the pandemic on the world's third largest economy. He has also outlined plans to distribute wealth more fairly under a so-called new capitalism, although details so far remain vague. But a senior economist at Moody's Analytics said Japan's 106 million voters have struggled to get excited about the new prime minister. And over the weekend, the world hit a sad milestone. COVID-19 has now killed more than 5 million people across the globe over the past 20 months since the virus was first detected in China in late December 2019 and January 2020. The U.S. has contributed the largest single body count from the coronavirus, 4% of the world's population, but 15% of the total death. The worst hit regions have been the Americas and Europe, including the UK. And now for a quick update on the COVID-19 situation here in Thailand. The CCSA has reported 8,165 new cases of COVID-19 with 55 new deaths. And that wraps up the COVID-19 update. For more news on Thailand, go to thethaiger.com or check out our evening show, Thailand News Today. สวัสดีค่ะ